Contact is one of the most vital skills that you can acquire for your ball striking. It's going to help you increase your distance, it's going to help you enhance your ball control and your accuracy, and it's going to lead to lower scores and better performance on the course. So let's talk about contact. We've got two directions to really focus on with contact. We've got the horizontal nature, or heel to toe, and we have the vertical nature, controlling the low point and where that club enters the ground in relationship to the golf ball and where it strikes vertically, as well as the path that it's on and where that club strikes across the face, heel to toe. So I've got a series of exercises here that help you build out a practice session that's going to improve your ability to find the center of the face. So we're going to start with the vertical component. So our first exercise in this is going to be hitting balls off of varying tee heights, ending with one that's going to be played from the ground. Now, we're going to deal so having a ball teed up high is still a skill that we need to learn, as we're going to have balls that are above our feet. But when I tee these up, I'm only going to have like one of those, typically, that is going to replicate what I would do on the golf course, let's say on a par 3 when I'm teeing it up. The rest of these are varying. The first one you can see here is very high, but this is going to enhance my skill level with controlling the low point. Now, when I start to play these shots, I want to swing at a pace in which I can be successful. So I need to find the middle of the face. If that's at full speed, great. If it has to be reduced in the beginning, then so be it. Now, if I struggle to identify where my ball is hitting on the face, then I'm going to encourage you to put some impact tape or some foot powder spray so you can make that connection of where it struck, what it feels like, so you can start to make corrections. Okay, so once we get over the ball, now I really want to talk about controlling our vision and where I'm focused. So, 2 or 3 areas. That's going to be the back of the ball. If I use an intermediate target, I will also be looking at that at some point when I'm over the golf ball. And then my start line, something that I look at downfield, where I'm going to start the golf ball. So when I take that stance, and I'm not going to prescribe any particular order, although typically people are going to start by looking at the golf ball, but no particular order in those focal points, no particular set amount. We just want to get comfortable and make sure that our focus is only on those areas. So I do use an intermediate target. So when I'm playing these shots, I'm going to make sure that I focus on the back of the ball. I'm going to look at my target. I'm going to look at that intermediate target. And the last thing I'm going to look at is the back of the ball, and I'm going to settle into that for a couple seconds, and then I'm going to hit it. Now each shot I want to judge it. Was it in the center? So this one is about, although I'm still trying to hit it in the center from a horizontal standpoint, my primary focus here is the vertical nature. Now if I struggle with those at that speed, again, just slow it down. So we're going to focus on back of the ball, intermediate target, target downfield, back of the ball. That's a softer one, hit the middle. And I'll run through these, picking them off the tee. And then when I get to the last one, obviously it's off the ground. Same process, focusing back of the ball. And then judging that contact. Okay, so once I've gotten through that exercise, I'm now going to work on the vertical nature from an attack angle standpoint, or how the club is traveling when it enters the hitting zone. So I'm going to utilize this towel. You can use an alignment stick, anything that sits down flat behind it. And this is to establish a well-defined attack angle that is conducive to playing iron shots well, which is a slight descent into the golf ball. So if I was hitting a wedge, I might have it 3-4 inches in front. With a longer club, I may go 4, 5, 6 inches. But in any event, I want to have some feedback if I bottom out too soon, or if I'm actually trying to lift and I'm trying to swing up at it in an attempt to hit it in the air, I'll also have a tendency to hit behind it or thin it. So with this, we can make a couple of softer practice swings to feel the proper descent into it. And then I'll play a shot. Same focus I had in the first exercise though, back of the ball, target downfield. And then creating the correct angle of attack. Now, to create the correct angle of attack with driver, I'm going to reverse that process because I'd like to be swinging rather level or even possibly up with driver. So I can take this small towel, roll it up, and I'm going to position this approximately 8 to 10 inches in front of my golf ball. And this is going to encourage a more level or upward strike. So now I would make my rehearsals. I'm still focused on the back of the ball. But now I'm trying to come in level to the ground, sweep it off this tee, slight ascending blow. Okay, so once I have gone through those, I've made an impact on the vertical nature of my contact, and now I'm going to get into the horizontal piece. So I've created a little gate with 2 tees, and I've also created a lane with 2 alignment sticks. So now my focus is heavily on that horizontal piece. Now, when I'm making swings, I'm going to try to swing it in between these tees, and if I have a tendency, it'll show up. I'll hit one tee or the other. If I have a tendency to toe it, I'll also have the tendency to hit the inside tee. If I have a tendency to heel the ball in towards the hosel, then I would see myself hitting this outside tee often. So with this, we're going to make some smaller swings in between our practice swing station. Then we're going to utilize the alignment rods, and we'll start small with this. Okay. And then I'll see where my divot pattern is cutting. And ideally we're getting that divot pattern to cut down the middle of these. Obviously if I'm getting closer to one or the other, I'm gonna have that feedback and know if I'm hitting the inside stick, I'm towing it. Outside stick, I'm heeling it. And then I can gradually increase the speed, swinging it between the tees and then between the rods. Okay, so what I would encourage you to do is go through this exercise, make sure throughout, again, I'm focused on those areas, back of the ball, target downfield, intermediate target, if I choose to use one of those, varying tee heights, varying speeds, and then my gate with the tees, my lane with the alignment sticks. You're going to start to hit the ball more solidly, and with that comes greater distance and increased accuracy.